name's Savannah, this is Stevie, and you're watching Nerdy Cat 96. Thank you so much for joining me today for my very first segment of Book Stacks with Stevie. So, this is basically my book haul for the month of August. And I bought 32 books in the month of August. So the first place that I went to get books this month was the Dollar Tree. So all the books are $1 each. It's a very nice place to get like massive amounts of books that you're not 100% sure you're going to enjoy. So, highly recommend. The first book that I bought from the Dollar Tree is called Cover of Snow by Jenny Milchman. This story follows a woman named Nora who wakes up to find her police officer husband dead, seemingly by his own hand. So there's no note, and he has never given her any reason as to why he would take his own life. It basically just follows her piecing together the mystery of her husband's death. The second book that I bought this month is called Butterfly Skin by Sergei Kuznetsov. It's a Russian author. And the basic description for this book is that it's kind of like Silence of the Lambs. It's about a serial killer, and that interests me a lot. So I'm very excited to pick this up. Hopefully it'll be good. The third book that I bought this month is called The Unquiet Dead by Ozma Zahanat Khan. And this book follows a detective named Rachel who investigates a death that appears accidental, but she soon discovers that it is more likely murder when she learns the deceased's real name. The fourth book that I have to show you today is called The World Before Us by Aislinn Hunter. And the story follows a woman named Jane who investigates the case of a woman who went missing in the same woods where Jane lost the girl she was babysitting 20 years prior. The fifth book that I bought at the Dollar Tree is called Dark Metropolis by Jacqueline Dolan-Moore. Let's see. A 16-year-old girl named Thea lives in a sinister city where people are mysteriously going missing, but because of a curse that her mother is under, she's not compelled to action until her best friend Nan goes missing also. The sixth book that I bought this month is called Decompression by Julie Zay. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing any of their name right, or his. I could be wrong. This is a psychological thriller about two couples who go deep-sea diving off the coast of the Canary Islands. I love psychological thrillers, so they had me at psychological thriller. The seventh book that I bought this month is a rebuy, and it was an accident. I did not remember if I had already had this book or not. And that book is The Trials of Apollo by Rick Riordan. Yeah, I did already have this book, but this one was only $1, so it's fine. And also it had a poster that I didn't have yet. So, did I just call this The Trials of Apollo? This is the name of the series. The book's name is The Dark Prophecy, and this is the second book in the Trials of Apollo series. So I have not read any of this series yet, but hopefully I will read it eventually. I've heard that Percy is in it again. Not very much, just like a teeny tiny bit, but he's there, and that's exciting.
Hey Dave, why do you keep talking to yourself?
Now I'm not going to record anything else until you go to bed.
I wanted to give you a funny thing.
Steve's not laughing. The eighth book that I bought this month is called The Ring and the Crown by Melissa de la Cruz, where Princess Marie Victoria asks for help from her mage friend to escape from an arranged marriage. Number 9 is The Rosie Effect by Graham Simsian. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but oh well. So I got this one because the synopsis sounded interesting, and For some reason, I didn't see that it is the second book in, like, I don't know, it might just be a duology, but it's like the sequel to a different book. The titles of the books are, like, fairly similar, and for some reason I just, like, didn't notice. But, The Rosie Effect is the sequel to The Rosie Project. And they both have that act, like the Rosie something act, so for some reason I thought that this was a standalone. It kept talking about the Rosie Project all over the book, and I did not even notice. So, before I read this, I feel like I'll have to purchase the Rosie Project as well. Book number 10 is The Plover by Brian Doyle. The main character in this book is a loner who goes on an ocean voyage so he can be alone, but makes a bunch of interesting friends along the way. Book number 11 is Everybody Rise by Stephanie Clifford, and this book follows a 26-year-old socially awkward girl named Evelyn who tries really hard to fit in with her upper-class co-workers in Manhattan right before the 2008 market crash. And this is Stephanie Clifford's debut novel. I really like purchasing people's debut novels because I feel like, generally they don't get a lot of hype when you don't know what their writing style is. So I really like to support new authors because I'm an aspiring author and I hope that people support my work that will probably be found at the dollar store. Eventually. The next book that I have to show you is called 3 Moments of an Explosion by China Mieville. Really not good with names, apparently. But this is basically just a short story anthology. I got really into reading short works of fiction during my creative writing classes because that's basically fiction is my main genre that I like to write, and so I'm writing a lot of short stories, and it's really fun to read other people's short stories. Book number 13 is Salt and Storm by Kendall Culper. And this book follows a girl named Avery who wants to become a witch, but she is prevented by her mother. Then after she has a dream that foretells her death, she realizes that she has to save herself and discover her magical abilities. So, this book is also a debut novel. I feel like I find a lot of debut novels at the Dollar Tree, which I have mixed feelings about that. Moving on to book number 14, The Appearance of Annie Van Sinderen by Catherine Howe. And she was a New York Times bestselling author. She wrote a book called Conversion, so maybe you've heard of her, I don't know. This book follows an aspiring filmmaker named Wes, who meets a strange girl named Annie while filming a seance, and she needs his help. The back of the book says that she uses weird slang and dresses oddly, so I'm kind of thinking that she's probably a ghost, especially since he meets her during a seance. So, yeah, that'll be interesting to read about. Book number 15 that I purchased in the month of August is Wolf Totem by Jiang Ran. But this book is actually inspired by the author's own experiences in the 60s and 70s during China's Cultural Revolution. But it's not a memoir. The main character, the protagonist in the story's name is Chen Zhen. And it's also a movie. So I've never seen it, but once I read this, I'll definitely watch it. The next book I had to talk about, I'm really excited about for some reason, and it's called The House of Hawthorne by Erica Roebuck. She's a national best-selling author. She wrote the book called Hemingway's Girl. So apparently she really likes to write about the wives of famous authors. I didn't even explain what the book's about yet, so. But Nathaniel Hawthorne is the author of The Scarlet Letter, which is a book that I'm planning to be reading next month in September. So I'm really excited to pick this up after that because this is the reimagining of the story of his wife's life. whose name is Sophia Peabody. And the very last book that I bought at the Dollar Tree, number 17, is Exile by Kevin Emerson. And this is a young adult book. It follows the perfect student and band manager, Catherine, who falls in love with the lead singer of one of her bands against her better judgment, and she starts going by her middle name, Summer, in an attempt to be more carefree. Alright, the next place that I went to purchase books was Amazon. With the release of the movie just came out for The Darkest Minds, and I am currently reading Through the Dark by Alexander Bracken. I already had this book. This is not part of the book set, but you can expect a review for this probably next week. This book that I'm about to talk about follows one of the storylines that is brought up in Through the Dark. And that book is The Darkest Legacy by Alexander Bracken. And I think the character that is followed in here is Zoo, and it takes place 5 years after the end of the Darkest Minds trilogy. So I'm very excited to see kind of what the world is like at this point. Ooh. There's like, I don't know if you can see this, but there's like lightning and stuff inside of the, what is this called? I have my movie pass, and I'm planning to go see the Darkest Minds movie very soon. I just keep, my sleep schedule is really off, so I keep waking up at really weird times, and I haven't been able to make it to the movie theater at a good time. So I posted my review already of Tempest and Slaughter by Tamara Pierce. I feel like I made it sound like I didn't really enjoy it that much, but I did enjoy it. It just like, it wasn't as enjoyable as I was expecting. And the reason is because I feel like it would have been more satisfactory if I had read the other series that it's a prequel for, because I would be more excited to see what goes on in R.M. Draper's life, because there's a whole series about him as an older character. And so I went on Amazon and I bought a whole bunch of Tamara Pierce's Tortall novels. Be going through all the ones that I bought. So the first series that I bought is the Immortals Quartet. So this includes the books Wild Magic, Wolf Speaker, Emperor Mage, I wonder who that could be, and The Realms of the Gods. This series follows a girl named Diane. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. I should have looked this up probably. But it looks like Diane, but the A and the I are like switched. Is it Dane or Dine? I'll just call her Dane. It's easy to say. And so the series follows a girl named Dane who possesses wild magic, which we heard a little bit about, like a tiny bit, in Tempest and Slaughter. And we also heard a little bit about the Immortals. Wow, can't talk. We also heard a little bit about the Immortals in that book. She goes and she studies under the Master Mage Numair, whom we know by a different name in Tempest and Slaughter. So it'll be very exciting to watch all of this happen, because it seems like it takes place pretty shortly after the prequel series. The next series that I bought, also by Tamara Pierce, is the Song of the Lioness Quartet. So it includes Alana, the First Adventure, In the Hand of the Goddess, The Woman Who Rides Like a Man, Lioness Rampant. This story follows Alana, if you couldn't tell by the name of the first book, and she really wants to be a knight, but it's forbidden for women to become knights. So she trades places with her brother and disguises herself as a boy and goes to train to become a knight. And the next series that I bought by Tamara Pierce is the Tricksters Duet, which includes Trickster's Choice and Trickster's Queen. And this duology follows Alana's daughter, Allie, who strikes a deal with the Trickster God when she is captured by pirates and sold as a slave. And the deal is that if she can protect these two noble women, she will get to go home to her family. Okay, so I just found out that Numair appears also in the Tricksters duology. And the next series that I'm going to be talking about, which is The Protector of the Small Quartet by Tamara Pierce. The first book of this quartet is First Test, and then we have Paige, Squire, and Lady Knight. So in this series, a new law has been passed in Tortal, which allows women to become warriors. And so the main character in the series, Kelladry, really wants to become a knight, but her training master has other ideas. He's not like that women are now allowed to become knights. So he gives her a really difficult test that not even men get. But she will be darned if she is going to fail that test. So I'm very excited to get to all of these Tamara Pierce series. Those are all the books that I have to show you for this month. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to follow me on Twitter, my username is @nerdycat1996. If you want to check out my Goodreads, I will leave the link in the description. I make videos every Wednesday. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. And the cats and I will hopefully see you next week. I'm Savannah, and this is this is Stevie. Say bye, Steve. Bye.